channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today we are going to be talking about pivot tables in Excel. So I already have my data set that I downloaded off the internet. It's a sales data sample for a company that basically deals with household materials like toys and all of the other things, and motorcycles and stuff. So um yeah, so pivot tables are like a way in which Excel makes it easier for us to analyze data by matching rows and columns together. So I'm gonna start by highlighting everything, move into my insert tab, and well, first of all, recommended pivot tables. This is like Excel automatically matching rows, columns, values, and filters. For us, it's like suggestions of what pivot tables we should have. So you can choose to follow this if it matches anything that you want to go with. It's really your choice, honestly. But if we do not want to go with this, we could create our own pivot table here. We're going to choose a new worksheet, and yeah, the data set's already specified. If we want it to be in this same worksheet, we'll change that to existing worksheet. But I think for more clarity, it's better for it to be in a new worksheet. So I'm going to click OK. And there you have it. This is your pivot table. Here you have your column names from your data sets, and here all your columns, your rows, your values, your filters. So I think as the name implies, your columns, row the stuff that should be in columns and rows, same thing. Values are numerical, like column headers that only have numerical values under, like order number or month ID, year ID, all this stuff. And filters are like if you have a table and you want to filter it by categories, for example, that's when you drag them down to the filters. So let's see sales. Yeah. Basically just gets experiments around with like all of this until you find what's good enough for you. So in here, then maybe I could move sales. No. It's values. So that is an example. Year ID for each year, 2003, 2004, and 2005, we have the sum of the sales in all those years. Now I'm going to use this one. If you wanted to change it, you could go to value sheet settings. You could change it to the counts, average, max, mean, product, counts, standard deviation, variance, all of this stuff. I'm gonna maybe change the average. So then you get the average sales for each of those years. Let's say we want to filter. We could use. Let me try customer name. Yeah. So you can filter this with I don't know, customer name all you want. So inside all of this, tables, same thing applies. You could, reduce decimal points or increase them if you want. Really, it's up to you. You could change the formatting of your, pivot table, make it pink or slightly orange or whichever one suits you. You use your designs all you want. And yeah, so about that, you could, under this pivot table stuff, we have pivot charts. So these are like charts that you could input, charts you could use to visually represent your data. So we have different types of charts: column charts, cost of column, sales style, types and tasks, 3D column chart. We have the line chart, we have the pie chart, on the period donor chart as well. Bar charts, area charts, XY scatter charts, stock charts, surface, radar, tree map, soundbus, histogram, box musica, waterfall, and combo. Some in advanced version will have the map um, chart. So as you can see here, it says to create a combination chart, select at least two series of data, which means that given the data that we have, it's impossible to create a combo chart. So when you click on either one of this, if you do not see a visual representation of your data already here, it means that you don't have the relevant data source to create that data visual representation. So here, I think I'm just probably gonna go with a pie chart. Nah, I think I'll go with a column instead, actually. A column chart. First, personally, I kind of prefer the 3D column charts, but that's up to me. It's up to you as well. So yeah, here's our charts. And again, this format tab only shows up when you're dealing with things like this. Pictures, charts, only remove. So this is our chat. Now, you know, they could do basically anything they wanted to do here. Because if we go to the design tab, we could change our style, change whatever we wanted. There are like options available to us in this part. I like this, so yeah. And we can change the colors, the columns if you want to, really whatever you wanted. And this plus sign on the chart gives like the chart element. So you could add axis title if you want to name the columns and the rows. That's the X and Y. If you remove it, maybe you could remove the chart title if you want to have. You could add data labels. I personally like adding data labels because it just makes everything so much clearer. And all of that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna rename this average sales per year. Yeah. So this gives us the option of changing your chart type. Let's say you finished doing everything with the bar chart, with the column chart, and you just decided that you don't like it anymore. You could change it to really whatever. It could be this. Still looks perfectly fine to me. So thank you guys. That is a very brief launcher of pivot tables and pivot charts in Excel. On the next topic, we'll be discussing more things, more and more advanced things in Excel. Thank you so much for taking this time. If you love this video, please leave a like and subscribe and share and comment. Thank you so much.